Hello everyone, right now is 2019, April 20th, Saturday, 11:40 p.m. at night here in New York City. So in this video, we're going to be looking at three instruments. Firstly, we're going to look at DJT, that's the Dow Jones Transportation Average. Then we're going to look at IWM, that's the Russell 2000 ETF. Finally, we're going to look at LXK, that's the Technology Select Sector Spider ETF. All right, let's get right to it. So first up, DJT, this is the Dow Jones Transportation Average Index. So this is an index, okay? It's not tradable, okay? Just an index. So what we're looking at here, this is actually, well, I'm actually doing this at a request of my loyal subscriber, Castamere. Okay. So I guess he tried to, I'm just guessing here. He didn't tell me the reason, but I guess he's trying to see the internals of the markets, bull market in general. Okay. Because Dow Jones theory, the Dow theory, and the transportation average is a big component of it. So we try to see how healthy is this rally for the bull markets. So right away, let's look at it. What do we say is with previous video, every charts is the current price above or below the three lines. Obviously, they're above three lines. Okay. So that means it's quite strong. However, it's not as strong as the broad market, which is SPY. In a previous video, we look at that SPY is very close to its old high. If right now we look at DJT on the monthly chart here, there's still quite a distance, relatively speaking, compared to SPY to its old high. So far, the internals, at least for this sector, it's not being a leader. Okay. Furthermore, even though the market's been, even though this index has been going up, we still haven't seen a blue cross. Okay, now we're using cyan now because it's easy to read. This cyan cross or blue cross, light blue cross, tells us the beginning of an uptrend. We haven't seen that right now in the weekly chart. Okay, so for this thing, what we're going to do right now, we already have these price level for the possible support. Okay, so right now, later on, we're going to be looking at other index also. We'll make comments on that. So right now, as far as the transportation index goes, this is definitely a market lagger. So the question is whether this is going to be the one that pulls down the bull market or slowly will catch up to it. Because as we know, transportation reflects the health, the health of the economy. The theory goes, if the economy is healthy, then people have to be transporting goods, whether raw materials or finished goods, back and forth across the country. So this could be an indication of how healthy, the economy is. So far, this is being the lagger. Okay, so that's my commentary on this. So next thing we're going to look at, it's IWM. That's the Russell 2000 ETF. Again, this is a lagger. Okay, in fact, if you look at the daily chart, it's actually just hit the green line as a possible support level. So let's see what's going on here. Thursday's close, it closed at 155.64. And the price as calculated here is 155.73. The difference is 0.09. Okay. Again, the difference is 0.09. Now the question is, would this support how? Okay. Obviously this shares very close, similar characteristic to the bull market. You have a long signal here on the monthly chart. We have a long signal here on the daily chart, and we have a short signal on the weekly chart that was a few weeks back. That actually kind of worked out, right? It touched the pink one, but it's been bouncing back. Okay, so this pink signal we can kind of, well, if you want, you can add a position. So right now the market's at a place, at the crossroad for the E-mini Russell right here. And if you look at the monthly chart, the current price level compared to the old high, it's even, I would say, just from visualizing, I didn't do the percentage yet. Okay, it looks like just as big, if not greater, than the transportation average. So right now, this rally in the markets, it's definitely not led by these two sectors. It's not led by the small caps. It's not led by the transportation. Okay, but let's go back to the daily chart. From a trading perspective now, okay, we're looking at daily chart now, so we're trading short term. From a trading perspective, if you want to add on to your long position or launch a long position from here, you could, because right now it's sitting at a support level. So we are saying that it's not, and then your next level is 153.76. That's 2 points away. Okay, so I'm not saying use that as your stop loss, because this could be potentially another possible support level. There are different possible support levels right here. Okay, and this one, frankly, is going to be kind of strong, because if you look at it right here, the next one is 153.76. That is the medium term. Pink one is the medium term line on the daily chart. What's medium term on the daily chart becomes the short term on the weekly chart. Everybody see it? On the weekly chart, the value is 153.65. They are only different by 0.11. So this, since there are two values over here, that's telling me that this could be a very strong, much stronger possible support level than the 155.73. So if you want, you can even say, okay, maybe I won't get long until right here. All right. So that's what we're going to see from IWM. Okay. And then you have all these gaps to go through to the next price level. Okay. The last thing we're going to examine is XLK. XLK is the, they call it Technology Select Sector ETF. Okay. So this is actually the technology sector, technology stock within the S&P 500. Now, this is very interesting if you look at it. First of all, well, obviously the price is above all three lines. So we mentioned before, this is where the big moves happen. And indeed, let's look at the daily chart right here. This is as smooth as you're gonna get, possibly as far as stock goes. It's like a very smooth, I don't know what degree this is, 45 degree or maybe 40 degree. Okay, very beautiful. In fact, if we go back, again, we're looking at the daily chart here now. Ever since the market started this V-shaped move so far, the technology sector has been acting quite beautifully. Sure, they have a little pullback here, right? There's two right here, but by and large, it's been a smooth sailing. And in fact, and if you look at the weekly chart, this is just getting ridiculous. I mean, this is just almost an unbroken line up for the past many weeks since the end of last year. Right? And what do we have here now? Couple weeks ago, this blue cross, remember we mentioned that before? That shows the beginning of an uptrend now. That uptrend showing an uptrend signal. Uptrend's being confirmed. Okay? Because the trend GPS is buy on the pullback signal. We don't have a buy signal yet, but definitely we have a confirmed uptrend. Now, most importantly, most interestingly is this. It actually broke through the old high this month compared to the one we saw just now. You know, the transportation index and the Russell 2000 index. For the technology sector, you already have it already broke through the old high. So basically, the current strong bull market, technology sector is definitely the leader. Now, can this continue? That is the big question here. But so far, this is very strong. And as the previous bull market or even bubble that was back in 2000, it was led by the technology sector. And there are many things to be excited about technology sector. You know, we have driverless cars, AI, 5G, just to name a few. Many things coming. And also another thing we gotta watch out for is that lately we have many so-called unicorns. You know, these stocks, the IPO, Zoom, Pinterest, and also Uber's even rumor going to be IPO now. To be honest, this is beginning to remind me a little bit of what happened in mid-90s now, right before the beginning of technology bubble. I'm not saying this is it. I'm just saying right now I can start to see some echoes of the past. Okay, so this is definitely something we're gonna be looking for. Watch out for. So I do thank Castamir, my loyal subscriber, for bringing it to my attention, because I have a feeling we're gonna be using these different sectors to see what's going on in the market in the future. So right now, so this is very interesting now. So we are looking at the internals of the markets. So we have a strong difference. It's not so much divergence, it's difference. The market leader is definitely in the select technology sector, whereas the transportation and a small cap have not catch up yet. So is this one of those technology-led kind of scenario, let the market even higher, or are you going to be dragged down more by reality? The future will tell. But for now, the charts show us it's very simple, so we can see this. So this is going to conclude this this presentation. Again, I could be reached at the this email address, panlong321@outlook.com. Please leave me with your comments, questions, or anything, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care and trade with passion and discipline. Bye bye.